Welcome to the Flower Hill Farm Nursery.
Hi flower friends, it's Nicole from Flower Hill Farm, and before we go on the tour of our new nursery, if you missed yesterday's video, I purchased my local nursery in my hometown and it needs a complete renovation and I'm here for it. And apparently you guys are too, because I just want to say thank you for the overwhelming support and love. I spent 2 hours this morning pouring through your comments. I read every single one and my heart is full and my eyes are full of tears. I cried all morning long and most of the day yesterday, if I'm being honest. And I just want to say thank you for the overwhelming support. And some of you even sent me some donations for renovations on PayPal and Venmo, saying things like, here's a can of paint on me. That means the world to me, guys. And I just want to say just thank you for being here. And I can't wait to show you guys more. So let's go on that tour, the before of the Flower Hill Farm Nursery. That's my car. That is greenhouse number 1 and the retail space, and that's the house that comes with it. Everything needs a lot of work. Okay, this stuff like this, like my mom thinks you can just paint it, but I think all that wood needs to be replaced. Obviously it does need some paint. The roof actually doesn't look too bad on the retail section, but the house needs to be painted. All right, let's go in. Okay, so this is the retail space. This is the left-hand side. I've got some of my squash and sunflowers over there. Here's a chalkboard. I've got it on a little bit of a wide angle zoom. And this is the space for retail. You could see this used to be a garage door. So they turned that obviously into a window. And this is part of where the floor is uneven because this is a wood section right here. And then over here, it's just got some cracked concrete, some not so level spaces. Previous owner also owned a liquor store. These are perfect for carrying plants out. So I'll probably be just using these as well. Perfect for that. They used to have a burpee display. They sold seed potatoes and onions in here. And this over here is obviously where the cash register is. There's an attic. There's also a bathroom and a closet back there. And then obviously that refrigerator does not work. That small one does. Hand sanitizer, just the things. So obviously some finishing work needs to be done in here. Framing of the windows. All these lights do work. Let me turn those on. Okay, so it does get a little bit brighter in here. But my plan in here is definitely to make it all cohesive, paint everything one color, and have this be a nice, beautiful retail space, maybe do some molding and make the floor level. This table has been here for a long time because people will like bring their hanging baskets, go out, get another one, bring it here. So this is kind of like a staging area for that. Believe it or not, my mom completely cleaned in here yesterday. The floor was a little bit filthy. Today I'm gonna go get some window cleaning and we're gonna clean the windows and stuff like that. But she swept the floors and swept the tables actually, and we did clean up quite a bit. Okay, so there are 4 heated greenhouses. They're all about the same size. So this is where you go down into it. And this is not one of the greenhouses. This is what I call the atrium, and it's the walk between that connects the greenhouses together. So let's step down. I would like to maybe eventually make this a ramp because I've seen people struggle down these stairs. So right here, you've got some shelving units for some retail. I believe this used to be where they had a cash register and they checked people out. I'm considering removing this like bulk nose section right here to make a wider space for people to go in. And this is greenhouse number 1. There it is. So it is 50 feet long and about 20 to 22 feet wide each of the greenhouses. This is just, I believe, not original because I was told the original greenhouses from 1960, they were actually glass. These ones, so they're not original, but they're very, very old. These are actually concrete tabletops. Each one of those slabs is made out of concrete. They're very, very, very heavy. as is these huge pipes. So these pipes serve no purpose. What I was told is it's how they used to heat. They used to fill these pipes with hot water, and then that hot water would prevent the temperatures from getting too cold in here. That's what I was told. So there have been some slight improvements over the years, but really nothing in here. The greenhouse was open this year. Previous owners were open last year, and they have been for I think 4 or 5 years. I'm not exactly sure when they purchased it, either late 2017 or early 2018. But they, for the past few years, have not grown much on their own here. They were, the majority of the things that they were selling, they were going and buying finished plants from the wholesaler and flipping those plants. So they didn't turn the lights on in here until almost time for opening day. So they would go drive, get some wholesale plants, big trailers full of plants, drive them back here, fill up these places, all of these hanging spots with hanging baskets, and then they would resell already finished plants. They did start some of their own vegetables, seedlings, zucchini, squash, watermelon, things like that. But for the majority of their sales, they were reselling already finished goods. That's not what I want to do. I want to grow these things from either seed or little baby plugs. I want these plants that I'm selling here, maybe the first couple of years I will have to bring in some finished plants, but I would like it to be majority. I want to be able to say, I grew this. I definitely want to be able to say that. So these are geraniums that they bring in, and just to give you guys an idea, we are a small town, but this place does do a lot of business. I was told by the previous owner that they sold between 1,500 and 2,000 hanging baskets a season, and they ordered 1,000 geraniums and they sold all but about 200 of them. So that's pretty decent for a small town, and this is just what's left. Obviously they had, thousands of other annuals and thousands of vegetables, 6-packs that were just rolling out of here. They would have to drive down to the city, load up multiple times in order to keep up with demand. So that's a good problem to have, right? Okay. So, but that said, they only used really the first 2 greenhouses because they were able to go get other stuff, bring it back, go get other stuff and bring it back. So you'll notice like greenhouse 4, there aren't even any tables in there. So they were not using the last 2 greenhouses, the last couple of years anyway. It was used in years past, just not recently. So a lot of people are asking me if I'm keeping former employees on. Well, to be honest, they didn't have former employees. The former owner, his girlfriend, and his girlfriend's daughter are the 3 people that maintained this business. They are not going to continue to work here. They are moving on to different things, and I am bringing in fresh blood into the nursery. But I don't know if you guys remember this, but Miranda, my worker that I've had for me for a couple months now, she's been helping me out. She actually has a degree in this stuff, and she actually managed a nursery for several years. So I'm gonna be leaning on her knowledge a lot while I figure this out, because things are not gonna go perfectly from day one. It's gonna take a couple years to figure this thing out. Okay, so this is number 1. I've talked to you guys in the previous video. I'd really like to level the floors out in here. There are parts, let me swing this thing around. It's different types of flooring in here throughout, lots of cracks, which comes with age and comes with time. And it just has been a little bit neglected over the years. And these pipes need to go. I don't know if you guys see the pool noodle. People bang their heads walking through here on a regular basis. So I've been told that is basically a repetitive issue for anyone who's basically taller than me. And I'm just shy of 5'6". I think that there is a more practical way to display plants. This is a little bit more practical to display plants and for water to go through. So we'll see. There's definitely going to be a lot of renovation, but when these things are full of plants, they're absolutely gorgeous. I know I'm gonna forget to tell you guys a million things. I have so much to learn, but like I said, it's going to be a learning process, and I have so many people to help me along the way. So each one of the greenhouses has a heater. Obviously none of them are turned on right now, but they're all in working order. So I'm going to go back out. This was their prices from last season, from the largest hanging baskets all the way down to the small ones. And then here we go. We're moving this way. This is To me, this is like a magical space. This is the atrium, and this is where I picture just like tropical fruit trees, you know, not for sale, but just for me. So this will probably be the section where nothing is for sale. I'm tripping. See, this is what I mean. There are uneven surfaces. Like I just tripped down that, and I want to make sure it's safe for everyone. There's a lot of garbage we're getting rid of as well. So lots and lots of stuff. I bought the nursery as is. Back to the atrium. She's a beaut. I absolutely love the Gothic style. It is, to me, very hobbity and quaint, and I don't want to change the feel of this nursery whatsoever. Over here, guys, those are all heat pads and lights, just like what I have in my basement that has all of this stuff here. Let me look under for you guys to see. They're all light right there. So obviously we need some cleaning up in here, but this is where they would do all of the seed starting, and this is gonna be a huge help. This is what they use to heat it in the winter time to keep it, just this section. They put up a faux wall right here and kept this space warm so the pipes wouldn't freeze. And I don't know what any of this stuff is. To me, I'm just a lot of stuff to get rid of. And then walk this way down through the atrium. This is where they would fill pots and stuff like that. There's the backyard. Over here we have the fertilizing machine, which we will be using in the future. And then here we have greenhouse number 2. So Dave, the man I bought this from, built all of these tables in here. They are beautiful. In my opinion, not very practical for a nursery. I would rather not have wooden tables in here that are being watered, but they are beautiful, and we will continue to use these until they're no longer functionable. Beautiful. But here's a couple issues right here. Do you see that chair? That's there because there's about a 6-inch drop in the floor right there. I can't even show, I'm not even sure if it picks up, but that's there so people don't trip. And then as you walk through here, I would like to jackhammer that up. And then it gets kind of low in here, and my sister was hitting her head on this yesterday. So I'm gonna wanna see if what I wanna try to do here is lower this floor. Lower it so that we could have more headroom. And there's something underneath this that I keep tripping on, so I want to definitely get rid of that. Obviously, security is a pretty big issue, and this is not really ideal, but all the fronts of these have to be replaced because the wood, as you guys can see, it's just aged. The fair is going on right now, guys. The county fair. But even though there are so many things, the feel of this place is gorgeous. I don't know why there's insulation there. I gotta get rid of it. The weeds, the insulation, the old wires. There's a lot of old wires that I want gone, but we will see. We're gonna have a lot of work ahead of us, and I want to make this place something to be proud of. And the bones, like you guys said, the bones are here. So we are going to make this work. Okay, so the other end of the atrium, it goes out into, I guess, the taller atrium. There's a lot of stuff here, guys. That is a refrigeration unit, which I was told is in working condition. This is another kerosene heater out here. So this is basically a covered barn area, and this is the storage barn, and it has a ton of plastics in here. Also has an attic. I'm afraid to go up there because it's I just don't trust it. So this is all, some of it brand new 6-packs, some of it old, lots and lots and lots of nursery supplies. And then I'm gonna turn lots of stuff back here. I have to go through it and take inventory. I have no idea what's here, and I have to start ordering stuff for spring because, believe it or not, guys, things are selling out for the spring. Even some plants I noticed were already sold out. So I definitely have to take inventory and figure out what I need to order. If you guys have a favorite plant that you like to buy from your nursery in the springtime, Drop it in the comments below because I need to know what people are gonna want, please. The previous owners helped me out a little bit with that, but couldn't really tell me specifically because what they did was they drove down to the wholesaler and they bought what looked nice. So they didn't have to worry about what do I need to grow, what do I need to order. They just drove down there and filled up trailers and drove it back. So they could tell me what people were asking for. Like Sherry told me they wanted bleeding hearts and stuff like that. So now I know that I can get some bleeding hearts and they'll be good sellers. But so I'm a little bit overwhelmed with decisions that I need to make here. A little bit overwhelmed with decisions, that's for sure. Oh, they left a whole bunch of succulents and some aloe, and oh, the rhubarb. Guess who's putting rhubarb in at my farm? Oh yeah, all the rhubarb's coming home with me. I think my mother and father-in-law want some rhubarb too. Look at all the plastics. I don't even know if it's still viable. Look how faded that is. That might be too brittle. It might be garbage. I don't know. I don't know. Lots of stuff, lots of weeds, lots of broken things. Guess we're gonna figure it out. Look at the fans, guys. Look at that. That's from like humidity, and all that was like pressure board, whatever it's called, particle board. It was just particle board, and those fans over the years with the humidity in here and the heat collapsed. There's several of them. It's not just one, it's all of them. All right, here we go into number 3. And in my opinion, this is in the best condition of all 3 of them. I love the sidewalk. I'd like to do this inside all of them. Again, Dave made new tables in here. Oh my gosh, guys, it's so hot in here. Oh, I'm gonna have to open the doors. I can't even breathe. Where's the thermometer? Holy guacamole. This is a nice height. Nobody's gonna hit their heads on this. Beautiful space. Oh my gosh. Wow, it's so hot in here. This one doesn't have a shade cloth on it. Look at all the weeds coming through. This one doesn't have a shade cloth on it, so the temperatures in here are insane. I'm opening this door to get some ventilation in here right now. Woo! Hey, look, the bear. Okay, I opened the door. Gonna get some ventilation in here. This is a beautiful, beautiful house. This one's gonna be nice. So they have all of this stuff for drip irrigation. The previous owner never used it, so they don't even know if it works. And I'm afraid that these things have been coiled up for so long that they're not gonna work anymore. But look, it's dripping water. That must mean it's gonna work. We'll see. Cross your fingers. Before we go into hoop house number 4, I wanted to, this is Veda, my beautiful angelic daughter that I love so much that she hates when I say that. So I wanted to set up, and I brought squash and sunflowers today. So I'm selling that. Aren't you excited? Is this your new home away from home?
I guess.
You guess? Are you excited to have like some presents in town where your friends live and stuff?
Presents.
Presents, not like gifts, but like a present, like your physical being. Your presents. She just walked to the library and back. So was that cool or what?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, I set up to sell some sunflowers and some squash in here today. Let me show you. Not a big spread, but I just made some little sunflower bouquets, and I have a ton of squash. So I just posted on my socials, and then I have some koozies. Check out the cool colors. Oh, I gotta tell my friend Susan, I bought this color for her. This is her favorite color. It's like the Kelly green of the hoodie. And basically these are the hoodie colors that I have that I love so much, so I thought it would be good as a koozie. And then I have obviously like the traditional black as well. So anyway, and then I have my business cards. I got some new business cards. I need one with the address. These just have, it probably will go on Venmo. Pay me. Find me, watch me, yay! Who are you? Okay, so now that you've seen that, let's go, hi?
I need to grab my phone.
You need to grab your phone. Okay, let's go all the way down to hoop house 4. I guess it's not a hoop house, it's a greenhouse, right? It's a greenhouse. I was thinking, I just keep interjecting with thoughts. I was thinking about widening this doorway a little bit, because right now only one person can get through it at a time, and we're pretty busy in the spring. Not exactly sure what is under here, but I might be able to widen it at least like 6 inches on either side. Okay, there's 1 and 2 and 3. Whoop. Okay, open me up, baby. We're going out. Oh, all right. I just don't want to get. And 4 is separate. It's separated completely. It's the only one that's separated. Let's go in. And guys, it's in desperate need of love. I don't even know how. Oh, okay, there, did it. Whoa. It's warm in here. This is actually the newest greenhouse, and it's the least used one. It's just, take it in, drink that up. Isn't it something? It's gonna be great. So this one's actually the widest. This has a 30-foot girth. The width on this one is 30 feet wide, and it's actually got a double layer of plastic. We have holes in the plastic we need to replace, but in the grand scheme of things, it's actually the newest, and I'm hoping to get this underway. And here's the thing, guys, what should I do in here? Should I fill it with tables, or should I do shrubs and trees in here, or should I do maybe lilies and crates? You know what I mean? There are so many possibilities, because not only do I do the nursery, but I do cut flowers. So there's so many options for the possibilities to this place. Number 1 priority though, cleaning all of this stuff up, and it's not going to happen overnight, and it's definitely going to take a village. So it's a few hours later. I have been cleaning up the geraniums with my mother-in-law in there and doing a lot of other things and cleaning, but I haven't showed you guys like the backyard yet. So obviously my cousin Lucas has come and weed whacked a lot. He still has to come back for round 2. He's in the parade tonight. So there is a parade for the fair, and he had to go and be in the parade. But this is the property out back. It's beautiful. So there's the house that came with it. It's an old farmhouse. The first thing we need to take care of is the roof. We're definitely putting some investments into that. That's wild parsnip. That's going to be dangerous to cut. But if you turn around here, that is the property, and it's very deceptive. It's an 1.5 acres. It's quite large, and this is a giant, beautiful oak tree. And I hope to have this be a beautiful feature here, because my 5-year plans for this property include using more of this space back here and really turn it into something amazing for my community. And I don't know, I think the best is yet to come. So more details on that as they become more clear in my head. Can you guys hear the fair? There's the back of the barn. Have some roof issues there too, but all in all, this is the structure, and let's see what we can do. So basically that's it. That is the new Flower Hill Farm Nursery. I'm calling it Flower Hill Farm Nursery. And so far I had village people over. The village people were here earlier today, and we were talking about, okay, where are the water lines, where are the sewer lines, because this is on village water, village electric, and on a village septic system, like a sewer. So all of that stuff's taken care of. It's all on the village, and I'm not used to that. I'm used to being in the middle of my own property with a well and a septic tank and stuff like that. Village water, guys, village water. I don't have to worry about how much water I use here. There's gonna be enough. That's exciting. And Boonville Electric, we have our own municipal power. Obviously that's a huge cost saving, and we heat with the propane. But I was just told by the village guys, the village people who came here earlier today, that there's a possibility, and a very good one, that they're running natural gas lines up to the nursery within the next year. That will be amazing. So that's the tour. Isn't that so? I mean, I know it needs a lot of work. I know that, but it's still, to me, it still takes my breath away, because I'm not seeing it the way that it is today. I'm seeing it 6 months from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. That's what I see in my head, and I hope you guys can share that vision with me, because it's a little bit, maybe a little bit of a stretch to see that far ahead and see the beauty of it, but man, I hope it comes to life. But thanks guys for sticking around. More updates to come. See you soon. So that is what that's where we're starting. This is just the beginning. It's the beginning of, I think it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful journey. And I cannot wait to see what my brain comes up with, because the ideas are just rolling in hot. And things have already changed since this video. Instead of lowering the floor in Hoop House 2, Greenhouse 2, I'm going to have to get used to these new words. Greenhouse 2, we're actually going to lift it up. So little things are changing day by day. So we're going to do one hoop house at a time. We're gonna fix one at a time. That way we can focus and finish and not have 4 kind of half-done things. I want 1 done, 2 done, 3 done, and then 4 done. And 1 includes the retail space as well. So, and we also have a lot of work to do on the house. And I can tell you right now, part of the emotion that overcame me yesterday was not 1, but 2 of the former owners reached out to me yesterday, and they were expressing just how happy they are that the nursery is now in my hands. And I can't wait to share. They're both gonna come, they're gonna visit. So it's gonna be really a collaboration effort. They're gonna show me what they used to do, and hopefully I'll get them to go on camera and they can kind of tell me about their years at the nursery. So it'll be a fun story to tell. And that's what I love to do. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here and for sticking around. And if you're new, welcome. This is Flower Hill Farm, and don't worry, the cut flowers, they're not going anywhere. See you guys. And they're right above my head. So we have a lot of taller members of our community who bump their heads pretty often. So we actually might take this whole entire thing out. I'm not even sure what's gonna happen, but priority number 1 is just clean up. And I guess clean up. So this is just from, you know, this is obviously this season, this is what happens, and we need to do some repair work on the front of this hoop house. You see that right now? This is where the county fair is. They are setting up for the county fair. So this is the window, like this is, I'm inside my greenhouse. But this is how great this location is. This is a huge place where we have events all year long. The county fair starts tomorrow. My first customer is my mom. She's taking some of the geraniums that were left here. There's just, this is basically all that's here. These 2 tables, this is all that's left, and they need to be deadheaded, and yay! Can't believe this is happening.